Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. Good evening and welcome to the New York Arena in Midtown Manhattan for tonight's main event. 10 rounds of heavyweight action between these two great warriors. He's got his eye on the prize. He has complete focus on his ring walk here. Evander Holyfield's ring walks have become the stuff of legend, and you can see the intensity on his face.
All right, fellas, let's have a good, clean fight. Match them up and let's go.
Well, they've been waiting for this moment, and now they get it. Round one underway. Teddy, the expectation in a matchup like this, a power puncher versus power puncher, is that the fight's not going to last long. But what if it does? Then what?
The guy with less power is going to win because he's a guy that has a reserve in a place that he's ready to go to in case the power's not there.
Well done that time, landing the counter punch.
Defense, more defense. Back to the body.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Evander Holyfield. Blocks the headshot. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Fine fundamentals, good counterpunch. The end of the round has arrived. And now an opportunity for the trainer here to get his hands on his guy. His guy just got tagged pretty good there. And when he looks into his eyes, what is he looking for?
Well, first of all, he's looking to see whether or not his guy is still there. You know, he got stunned pretty good. And then what he has to do is make sure his guy is listening to him and telling him, hey, look, you got caught. You've been caught before. This is the way we can fix it. This is what you got to do to correct things.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Well done that time, landing the counterpunch. That was off the mark. Holyfield's swelling will have to be dealt with immediately. Teddy, if you could only pick out a few characteristics for a fighter and apply them to them, what would they be?
Well, I think first of all would be the ability to overcome and the ability to be dependable. Everyone looks at the neon things, the speed, the power, they're tangible. We feel comfortable with those things. We can grab onto those things. But what about the talent of somebody being able to make a choice, a hard choice, in a very dark place?
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. 10 seconds remaining in this round. Not able to land the headshot. End of the round here. And as I glance around ringside and look at the judges, I'm wondering what they're writing down, because that was a tough round to score.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, it's the kind of round where one guy would be really smart to take a page out of the book of Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, where Leonard stole rounds at the end, where he just clipped off 30 seconds, and that's exactly what the judges remembered.
Don't fight his fight. Jab more, jab more, jab more. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
And round number 3 is underway. Lands the counter. Nice job to land that counter punch and getting away from one of his own by Real Deal. Very nice job landing that counter punch, getting away from one that was coming at him. Good job staying away from the danger there. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards, but you can just see the style of fight that this is, that he's being tested.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of two things. This guy being better than his record would indicate, and what you touched on, that he's a human being like anybody else. We look at the guy's record, we think of what kind of fight it's going to be. He looked at it, he thought it was going to be a...
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Evander Holyfield stunned and staggered. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Evander Holyfield's strategy has been to control things on the outside, and the jab fits perfectly into it.
Yeah, what it's done is it's set up his defense. He's kept his opponent defensive, kept him off balance, off stride, and it's also set up his power shots whenever he's wanted to.
10 seconds to go in this round. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Hey, don't waste energy. But I want you to keep those hands moving. Get on that. Get on that.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there.
Oh, Evander Holyfield stunned, and he is hurt. He's having a much better round here. Earlier, we saw him being outworked, but right now, he's the one getting to work.
Yeah, well, you know, you go out to a restaurant, you have a half dozen half-shell clams, you might get a tummy ache. Well, he's been eating a lot of left hooks. I don't know if he has a tummy ache, but he figures right about now he wants to get rid of that indigestion. And the best way, start attacking.
Good block. "90 seconds to go in round number 4. Devastating blow by Real Deal. You get the sense that they know no other way how to fight. They are going at it, back and forth, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Good scoring counterpunch by Real Deal. A hook for you and a hook right back. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Another round, and if it keeps up with the rest of them, it'll be closely contested and hard to score. Blocks that punch.
You gotta protect yourself. Back to the body.
Targeted counterpunch by Real Deal. Teddy, so much work in the gym goes into head movement and how to hit a moving target. Doesn't matter in this fight tonight.
No, this guy doesn't move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Evander Holyfield's doing really well on the outside. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes the guy is making a silent agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what would come back at him.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Evander Holyfield's in a bad place right now. He was tagged. Didn't get it done going to the body there.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
Good counter punch. Ten clicks of the talk. Really fun-looking fight so far here. We've reached the halfway mark. Teddy, your impressions as to what we're going to see in the second half of this fight?
More of the same. I don't think these fighters know how to do anything, at least tonight. They came here with this mentality, and you know what? You can't really change gears at this point. You're going to see more of the same.
Jab. Jab and throw. Throw to the body, then to the head. Then finish to the body. Yeah. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight.
Back to action here at the start of this round, which is just part of what has been a very evenly fought fight. One of those fights that's going to be very hard to score. Nice strike after catching one by Evander Holyfield.
Body shot.
Good work with the uppercuts. Nice job there. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. Good defensive skill. Good job protecting himself. Throws a counter punch there. Holyfield's making me real curious here, Teddy. I wonder, should he be sticking with this style after being rocked in this fight?
It's still early enough. I would say yes. You know, you don't want to panic. You don't want to just throw everything overboard. You want to stay with what brought you here. Hey, he's been taught this not for hours, not for days, not for weeks. You know, months and years he's been taught this. You don't throw it out.
Oh! Tommy Morrison stunned and he is hurt.
Come on, keep busy, guys. Come on now. Come on, come on.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Comes right back with a shot of his own. Comes right back at him with a left hand. Final 10 seconds of the 6th round. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Reaches in, let that right hand go, right? Let that right hand go. Looking good, looking good. All right, keep your hands up, all right? All right?
Back to live action now in what has been a closely contested fight. One of those fights that somebody is still waiting to break through and be a difference maker in. Blocks that punch. Morrison's thinking defense first right now, Teddy. I mean, you can just see it in him. He's thinking strictly, hey, what happened earlier, I don't want that to happen again.
And that's what his opponent wants him to think. So that's all you need to know, that you can't think that way, especially since that's not his style. Joe, if he was a counter puncher, it'd be okay. You know, your defense creates offense when you're a counter puncher. He is not that kind of fighter. He can't win this way.
Both men digging in with uppercuts. Now this is exactly what I love out of an offensive fighter, Teddy. A guy who's able to put together the multi-punch combinations and make it look like it's just the sweet science.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you can do when you have good fundamentals. Not just good physical ability. That's only part of the equation. But just good technical ability. And that's what he's doing. He's snapping his punches. They're nice and clean. They're crisp. They're short. They're together.
Keep working the jab.
Oh, Tommy Morrison's in bad shape. Well, where was this earlier? All of a sudden now you see he's being effective and being aggressive and outworking his man, when for most of the fight, he was the one being outworked.
Well, eating about 2 dozen jabs, you know what? It can change your mind a little bit. He figures now, let the other guys start eating a little.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Coming towards the end of the 7th round, 10 seconds to go. And this round comes to an end. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas ringside. I'm just looking up at the corner here at this guy that just got tagged, Teddy, this fighter who just got stunned. And I'm thinking, boy, it's like the air's come out of him a bit. He looks just so dejected now.
Yeah, you know, right now he's on the side of a mountain. You know, he's up on a cliff, and he needs a rope to get down. So that's what you got to do, Joe. You don't look and say, hey, he's up on a cliff. We know that. Give him a rope. Give him advice to get down.
Get the compress on. Get the compress on. Let's work on the swelling. Can we work on the swelling?
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Keep your distance.
Good defense, just covering up down low. Oh! Superb right hand lands home by Evander Holyfield. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Targeting the hooks on each man. The halfway point of round number 8. A good block.
Move. Use your feet. Pace yourself. Circle. Body shot. Guard your head.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
The end to another very entertaining round in what has been a very entertaining fight. A fight where there's just bad intentions. The fight that just doesn't have the feel of a fight that's going to be a decision win for somebody. Looks like somebody's going to get stopped.
Right from the beginning, they've been fighting with desperation. Like going the decision, as you just touched on, has not been in their minds at all.
Side, then boom. Counter punch. Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take
Good action here tonight. Both guys bringing their best, and both guys meeting each other stride for stride, punch for punch. Tough fight to score here as we're back underway. Holyfield's now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter, and that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab. It's not...
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Tommy Morrison stunned and staggered. Oh, big flush uppercut floors him. From a big shot, now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Good looking counter punch.
Keep your hands up.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Well, he's throwing it, but just missed. Isn't landing it. Able to counter that attack. Final 10 seconds. And the round comes to an end. We did have a knockdown in that round. Now, Teddy, if you're in the corner where your man was down on the floor, what are you telling him?
Well, the first thing I do is I sit him down, I get water on the back of his neck. You know, I bring him to a sense, I make sure that he's clear and everything, and then I tell him why he got his backside put on that canvas so he can correct it, and he doesn't go out there and get caught again with the same punch.
Listen to me. You gotta let go. You gotta let go. You just focus on the fight. We'll take care of the swelling. Get on that. Get on that.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
A well-placed counter by Real Deal. Morrison, you can see a cut now that's opened up near his eye. That's the worst possible place you want to deal with a cut. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Tommy Morrison's learning a real lesson
Keep
here
working the body.
of how one single thing in a fight can change the entire fight. Because ever since that knockdown, he hasn't been the same.
No, he hasn't been the same, and without him being an offensive fighter, a guy using those quick hands, fighting with that energy, he is not productive.
Hand up, hand up.
Final minute of the final round. And they will bring it home in the last 10 seconds of this final round. And we send it up to the ring at the end of this fight to hear what the judges had to say. Evander Holyfield is your winner by split decision tonight.
Yeah, I disagree with that.